thought I'd just check in with you all. If you saw my first video, then we started on some decluttering in our kitchens, and the principles that we were working through were that you would start in one zone or area at a time and just concentrate in that area, and also that we would be cleaning our sinks and surrounding area at the end of every night. So that means that all the dishes are done at the end of every evening, and if we can, put them away as well, and then clean our sink. And also that we would be decluttering 1 to 5 items per day, cleaning one extra surface that you don't normally do on any given day. So I thought I'd just show you what I've decluttered this week. I've concentrated mainly on my drawer, this top drawer here. And I thought I'd just go through with you what I've decluttered and just explain a little, and hopefully it might help you as well. So here are my items that I have decluttered. I've got a whole lot of straws that I didn't even realise were in my drawer. These are just paper straws. They've been used probably for a party at some point, but they've been there for, gosh, I couldn't even tell you, a long time. So they need to go. I'm actually going to declutter them by throwing them into the bin. This is just a corkscrew. I've actually got 2 of these in my drawer. They hardly ever get used. So this one is going to be going out of the house and to the second-hand store. Now this is beeswax wrap that I actually have got another 2 full lots in my drawer, and this lot has been used all year last year, and it's time to go into the bin. This is just a half lot, so I'm going to be donating that. It's unused. This is a lunchbox container that just sits in the top of the lunchbox, and these never get used, so this is actually going to go into the bin as well. These are quite handy, but again, they don't get used. They are ties for the top of a bag that you may have opened. I actually prefer this type much better, so I'm going to keep these ones and donate these. Cute little straw that belongs to my daughter, or belonged to my daughter, but it never gets used, so it's going in the donate bin. Again, these were bought at some point for making cookies, but they are going to be donated because they never get used. Excuse my cat walking across the bench there. And then these I bought with good intentions. They are silicone covers, and they go over something that you may have cooked or you're going to put in the fridge, all different sizes, but they just don't get used. So they're taking up space in my drawer, and I'm going to pass them on to the second-hand store.
Another principle is our daily 5 to 10 minute clutter zone tidy. This is an area that is a constant dumping ground of stuff, and my cleaning products always seem to migrate to this clutter zone right here. Now please take this as your reminder. If you haven't taken down your Christmas decorations, then it's definitely time to do it. This is me finally taking down mine earlier in February. But if you are still coming out of your bedroom each morning to a living room full of Christmas decor, then this is my encouragement to you. You can do it. Even if it feels overwhelming, just start with one thing. A few consistent efforts over a week will bring huge change. Start with just the baubles off the tree, or the tinsel, or the little nativity scene on your mantelpiece. You don't have to do it all at once, but once you start, you might surprise yourself and just carry on until it's all packed away. You know, I'm just an ordinary mum, an ordinary parent just like you. I wake up each morning, quite often come downstairs to find the dog or the cat has vomited on the floor. I sneak in a run if I'm up early enough, help to get the kids out of the house to school, along with myself off to work each day. I have the delight of cooking dinner, around driving kids to various after-school activities, and then the prep for the next day begins that evening as well. It all seems too much, too hard some days, hey? We are living in the days where every second family have a cleaner coming once a week and order a food box for their meals. This is how busy our lives have got. And I get it. I too would gladly have a weekly cleaner or have meals delivered so I didn't have to think about meal planning. But for my reality, I can't justify these on a single income, and there are many of us in this same predicament. So how do we figure out this life balance? How do we set up our weeks so that at the end of them it feels like a win rather than a failure? That our homes are a haven to come home to after work, rather than somewhere we dread going back to because they are so messy, unorganised, overwhelmed with stuff? How do we find the time to feed our families home-cooked meals that are within a budget, but still have time to get in some exercise, chaperone kids around, and have time to see friends and family? The answer, I believe, is by small, consistent habits. So I would love you to subscribe, and we can start putting these practices into our daily lives and do it together. If you watch a bit further, you will see some extra cleaning and decluttering I managed to do after work. Now, just a little storage tip here. I had a ridiculously large Christmas tree bag that you could literally fit a body into. But I found this very large container, which is stackable, robust, and fits my whole Christmas tree and ration skirting into. So I'm very happy with this find, and the bag will be passed on to the second-hand store.
I'm talking syncopated breathing, love every evening, going 365, dancing every night, fading in, out of feeling, permanently high. I'm talking you and I, going 365. Sunrise and summer skies, we're never far from home. I'll always keep an eye up on the road. Cheap clubs and coffee cups are all we'll ever know. But anywhere with you could feel like Rome.
Here I chose my kitchen windows as my daily surface clean, with my friend Sully, of course, the cat watching as always. I used the Karcher window cleaner for these windows, and hopefully you can see the difference. It was a little hard to capture on the video. Obviously just use what you have to hand though. A homemade mix of vinegar, water, a little bit of dish liquid, and paper towels or cloths will get them sparkling as well. Cupboard doors followed on a different day. And remember, this is about building small, consistent, achievable habits. So I'm not doing this on every day. This is a little bit each day. And then I went on to shining my sink, which we do at the end of every day.
Out of this paradise, I'm talking syncopated breathing, love every evening, going 365, dancing every night, fading in, out of feeling, permanently high. I'm talking you and I, going 365. Sunrise and summer skies, we're never far from home. I'll always keep an eye up on the road. Cheap clubs and coffee cups are all we'll ever know. But anywhere with you could feel like Rome. I'm talking syncopated breathing, love every evening, going 365, dancing every night, fading in. far from home. I'll always keep an eye up on the road. Cheap clubs and coffee cups are all we'll ever know. But anywhere with you could feel like Rome. I'm talking syncopated breathing, love every evening, going 365, dancing every night, fading in, out of feeling, permanently high. I'm talking you and I.
Another tip for shining our sinks. You can sprinkle baking soda into your sink as an abrasive and then use a few drops of an essential oil instead of a shop-bought abrasive cream. I'm using tea tree oil, which has the added benefit of being antibacterial, antiviral and antifungal. Just be careful if you have animals though, as some essential oils are toxic to them. Essential oils are used by either applying or massaging into the skin, inhaled, or they can be immersed in water as well, like a diffuser. The safe ones to use around animals are lavender, chamomile, myrrh, ginger, rosemary, bergamot, and frankincense.
Out of this paradise, I'm talking syncopated breathing, love every evening, going 365, dancing every night, fading in, out of feeling, permanently high. I'm talking you and I, going 365. Sunrise and summer skies, we're never far from home. I'll always keep an eye up on the road. Cheap clubs and coffee cups are all we'll ever know. But anywhere with you could feel like Rome. I'm talking syncopated breathing, love every evening, going 365, dancing every night, fading in, out of feeling, permanently high. I'm talking you.
I'll show you this neat gadget I bought recently. It's from Kmart, which is a store in Australia and New Zealand. I know you will be able to get similar from Amazon. It is a metal hook with a very adhesive 3M sticker on the back, and I'm just sticking it to the clean, dry surface of my sink. You then have an extra space to put a sponge or a cloth where it can dry. It gets them off the side or the bottom of the sink, where they usually remain wet, breed bacteria, and are just unsightly really.
Out of this paradise, I'm talking syncopated breathing, love every evening, going 365, dancing every night, fading in, out of feeling, permanently high. I'm talking you and I, going 365. Sunrise and summer skies, we're never far from home. I'll always keep an eye up on the road. Cheap clubs and coffee cups are all we'll ever know. But anywhere with you could feel like Rome.
This final task I tackled this week was my cluttered drawer. This hasn't been sorted or decluttered since we moved into this house 2 years ago. Here is a before picture of where I started. The declutter happened first, which you saw at the start of this video. Everything then got removed from the drawers, drawer liners put into the dishwasher, and the wiping out of the drawers I counted as part of my extra daily surface clean for that particular day. So much better.
I'm talking syncopated breathing, love every evening, going 365, dancing every night, fading in, out of feeling, permanently high. I'm talking you and I, going 365. Sunrise and summer skies, we're never far from home. I'll always keep an eye up on the road. Cheap clubs and coffee
I encourage you with your small, consistent habits and efforts this coming week. I would love to see what you have decluttered from your zone each week and to hear about your weekly wins. Have a great week, everyone.